So we're going to start a new 40-foot bed starting from here going up that way. We've got to cut into that hill and move dirt from there to down there, so it's going to take us a few days. First, we remove all the composted wood chips. We place them in our compost bins to finish off. Staked out 3 foot between the row, 4 foot for the bed, and 3 foot for the landscape fabric on the other side of the row. Now we're cutting into the side of the hill and using that dirt to level off our bed area. Our goal is to build 1 bed every week for the next 20 weeks. So that's what we got done for the first day. We'll come back at it tomorrow. This is day 2 of us building another bed. We've cut into the hill a little bit more. We're going to cut back this way so we can add on to these beds too. But first we have to move all this composted mulch. And we leveled out the rest of the bed. So we leveled the bed off some more. We moved some more wood chips to a compost bin up there. We cut the trees down. This is day 3 of us building a raised bed, but we didn't do any raised bed work today. We did move horse manure. We shredded boxes. We harvested serranos, ran errands. We did make poblano salsa, and we also made cowboy candy. We are ready for the farmer's market Saturday morning. This is day 4 of us building a bed every week for the next 20 weeks. We got up at 5:30 to go to market this morning. First thing we do this morning is get these composted wood chips up to one of those bins. In this low area in this new bed, we have to level out. So we pulled dirt from over there and bring it down here to level this out. Now we move dirt from up there to down here in this 70-foot bed we're building. We also got to get this dead grass to the compost bin. We moved all this dirt here and we filled this low area with that dirt. Tomorrow morning we'll finish leveling this off. Now we have to go after landscape fabric and blocks. We have to move these blocks 3 times to load it on the cart. Then we got to pick it up to put it in the truck. And then we pick them up a 3rd time to put them in the rows. That's 30 8 by 8 by 16 blocks. It takes 70 blocks to do this 40-foot bed. So we have to make at least 1 more trip. This trip we're getting 40 blocks. First we lay the landscape fabric. We lay the hardware cloth.
That's 70 blocks at 38 pounds per block for a total of 2,660 pounds. However, we picked those blocks up 3 times. That's 7,980 pounds, just 20 pounds shy of 4 tons.
Day 7, week 1, our first bed. This is day 8 of 20 weeks of building a raised bed. Yesterday we laid the blocks for this bed. Today we moved this dirt and compost into the bed. Added an 8-inch block to the bed next to it. Moved the block out 4 inches, so we had to put dirt in it to fill in the gaps. And tomorrow we'll seed this with squash. And we also made peach cobbler preserves today. This is day 9 of 20 weeks of us building raised beds. We moved horse manure. We ran some compost through the trommel. We topped this bed off with sifted compost. And then we water it in real good. It's time to lay the irrigation line. So we'll put an elbow on a 1/2-inch irrigation line. We measure out our bed width. I'll come out just a little ways and cut this off. Put on a figure 8 and slide it down. Then I bend it back and put it in the figure 8. This is my manifold to run 4 irrigation lines out in this bed. Then we put the irrigation line in. We turn on the system and make sure nothing blows up. Then we planted the seed. We used this mulch we got from the trommel to mulch this bed. We harvested serranos to take to market. And at the end of the day, we made serrano cowboy candy. This is day 11 of 20 weeks of building a raised bed. We had a bed that wasn't planted yet. These squash were planted on June 23rd. Today's July 20th, and there's fruit on it already. So we trommeled some compost. Helps to level off where we're gonna put the next bed. We pulled weeds, put down triple 13, and we covered it with trommeled compost. Turn the irrigation line on. Shows us where the irrigation line is. So then we make our holes 1 inch deep. We do that every 3 feet down the line. On the other side of the row, we plant them 3 feet on center, but we offset it by 18 inches from the other side. That's a 70-foot row, and we planted 92 seeds. 2 in each hole, will be at least 46 Golden Glory squash that'll come up in this bed. That's all we got done today, because today is Sunday. We've got NASCAR. Day 12 of 20 weeks of building raised beds and raining all day. This is day 14 of 20 weeks of building raised beds. And yes, we built a raised bed this week, but I never said how big the beds were gonna be. This is a 10-foot addition to a bed we already had. I'm counting it as a new raised bed anyway. We laid the block. The hardware cloth is at the bottom of this bed. Then we added sand, trommeled compost. I still have to put irrigation in for that part of the bed. Our squash is doing really good, even though we have funny squash sometimes. And the squash we planted 4 days ago is coming up. Even though we didn't get a lot done today, there's a lot going on in the garden. Day 15 of 20 weeks of building raised beds. We had errands to run this morning and it rained all afternoon. I did pick a peck of peppers today. I did pick a peck of peppers today.
What kind of peppers did you pick?
Red bells, Altiplano Sobranos, and more red bells.